Let's move on to our Monday night live bet stream. A beauty that's going to answer some questions, and we have them. 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday, January 2nd. Buffalo Bills 12-3, 6-2 on the road. Cincinnati Bengals 11-4, 5-1 at home. We're at Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. 50 Fahrenheit showers. 6 miles per hour is the weather. Let's take a look at the line history for. God, can't wait for this game. Man, it's going to be fun. Line history. We have the Bengals opening up at +2. They're now +1. Home dog. Slightly. The total opening up at 49.5 has not moved at Pinnacle. Let's take a look at the cash flow for the Monday Nighter. Just 3,193 tickets in. 43% of the tickets and 90% of the cash on the Buffalo Bills. 36% of tickets, 89% cash on the under, and it's not moving. Bills coming off their 6th straight win, 35-13 at Chicago. They are on track for the number 1 seed. The Bills and the Chiefs, identical records. Bills own the head-to-head tiebreaker. Josh Allen was 15-26 for 172 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Also ran 6 times for 41 yards and touchdown. Gabe Davis caught 3 for 45, touchdown. Dawson Knox caught 3 for 38 and a touchdown. The running game was excellent. I don't trust it. It was very good. They ran 31 times against a very weak Bears defense for 254 yards, 3 touchdowns, 8.3 yards per carry. Singletary ran 12 for 106 in the touchdown, caught 2 for 19. The first Bills player this year to run for 100 yards. James Cook, 11 carries for 99 and a touchdown, caught a pass for 9 yards. Despite the frigid temperatures, they got what they wanted. 6 of 11 on third down, 3 of 4 in the red zone. Defensively, they completely shut down Justin Fields on the ground. Season low, 11 yards on 7 carries. Bears had just 209 total yards. 2 of 12 on third down, 1 of 4 in the red zone. And the Bills finished with 2 sacks, 4 quarterback hits. Jaquan Johnson had a pick. Bengals coming off their 7th straight win. So 13 straight wins combined by these two teams. 22-18 victory in New England that saw them dominate the first half, then do nothing in the second half while barely holding on for victory. Dominated the first half. They had 22 first downs in the opening 30. Patriots had 17 plays. Less plays in the first down is crazy. 3 first downs, the Patriots had 70 total yards, but then the Bengals were outscored 18-0 in the second half, and a Ramondre Stevenson fumble was the only way they secured victory. Burrow, 40-52 for 375 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. T. Higgins caught 8 for 128 and a touchdown. Jamar Chase, 8 for 79 in the costly fumble. Trenton Irwin caught 3 for 45 and 2 touchdowns. Mixon ran 16 times for 65 yards, caught 7 for 43. They outgained the Patriots 442 to 285, but barely held on to win. 4 sacks, 7 quarterback hits. Again, they shut down an opponent's run game. This DJ Reader-led defense is shutting down the run. Great to have him back in the fold. 61 yards the Pats had. They lose Lyle Collins for the rest of the season. Torn ACL, MCL. So Hakeem Adeniji will be filling the void of Collins. And it's tough. Now, we talked about the Packers-Vikings spot. And it depends how you look at a game because we're both moving on the Vikings at 3.5. But if you look at the stats, you can say, well, the Packers are better in offense and they're better at defense and they're better special teams. Well, you have similar things happening here. The Bills statistically are better than the Bengals. They're better offensively, points per play, yards per play. They're much better in yards per rush. They're better in defensively. They're better in opponents' points per play. They're better in opponents' yards per play. But the Bengals are 12-3 against the spread. I don't want to fade the Bengals. I can't wait to hear a breakdown, Andy. The Monday Nighter will be live betting right here on Pop Sports Radio. Bills, Bengals, floor is yours.
At this point, I know with their ATS record. When a team ends up with that kind of ATS record, it's probably where you do want to fade them. Like, I guess that's where my head's at. Like, everybody knows what the record is. Like, oh, this team has been a cash cow. People fall in love with teams that have made the money. They end up betting them again. I don't know how much that actually. I don't think that actually moves the market. Maybe on game day or some of the playoffs where you end up with some of these teams. Man, the Bills have been through kind of a meat grinder, and they've come out smelling like a rose. They've beaten some good teams. Last week was not one of them, but they just kind of put it on them in the second half. It was an uglyish first half, and then they maybe we should just beat the shit out of them and run the ball. And they're not a team; they're middle of the pack for as far as running plays per game. I think they're probably a little below average. Even I think if you took out the Josh Allen scrambles, it'd be well below average for like designed running plays. They don't run the ball. They just don't. It's not a big part of what they did to start the season. They made the oddest trade for Nyheim Hines, and they give him like 1 or 2 carries a game now. He's like their third running back. Honestly, Josh Allen probably has way more yards rushing than him since he's been up in Buffalo, but I'm going to play the Bills. I make this like 3, and I make it almost over the 3. I think the home field advantage here and where I have my power numbers, it's a spot where I've faded the Bills a little. I worried about their defense. Last week, the over was kind of a fade of their defense. I said the Bears probably get theirs. And honestly, I wasn't too impressed with the Bears were able to get. And, the Bears are not the Bengals. The Bengals are a much better offense. But, yeah, this is where I need the Buffalo Bills to be at a 3, like minus 120 for me to not bet this. So, Bills -1.
You get the money line at minus 106. The -1 at plus 100.
Yeah, I take the plus 106
or minus 106.
Yeah. Oh, really? I'm gonna have to look at that. I feel like I got a plus number on that. I'm gonna dig around, see what I got.
You can get the -1 at plus 100.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, cool. Wow, that's fascinating.
Because if this was the conference final, I'd want the Bengals. If this was to get into the Super Bowl in Cincinnati. And I've really been enamored with the complete package that I think they have, which I don't think the Bills have. This is wildly exciting that Andy is on the Bills. I want to get in on the Bengals, but there's no need to rush here. 90% of the cash thus far is on the Bills. So we will wait and see.
That is the thing too. Like, people are bringing up strength of schedule. It's such a fine line to dance with strength of schedule too. You look at, who played who at one point in the season. Like, yeah, the Bengals played the Cowboys. That was an embarrassing loss. I guess everybody lost to Cooper Rush, but like, that's not a game you should have been losing. The Bengals played the Ravens and lost right when the Ravens were kind of hurting. The Bengals, they played teams at weird spots. I have like an adjusted strength of schedule. I make them. They both played very tough schedules. I have it almost the same. So it's Bills -3 is my line. So I'll take them at the short number.
I love it. O Plus says if the Ravens win the night before, then he's taking the Bengals, which is an interesting angle. I want the Bengals. There's no need for me to rush this. Got lots of time to cap it. We have our Cappers Contest show on Friday. We'll talk about it again. Then we have we're moving the Cappers Contest show to Friday. We think Jose has decided to drive back San Antonio from Vegas. So
Jesus,
we'll see how that bangs out. Well, I'll be in touch with him.
Does he know there's mountains in the way?
We'll we'll discuss that. But I can't wait for this game. Can we get your quick take here on the total before we put a bow on this show? All 16 games capped for you. This total opened up at some spots 49, but basically it's been at 49.5 at Pinnacle with no movement. Free $500 bet on the total. Do you go over it or under it?
Probably under.
Yeah.
I don't like it either way.
Tight line here. At this point, we have 36% of the tickets on the under, but 89% of cash, and we don't see it moving. This is going to be fun. The Monday nighter, Andy has moved on the Bills -1 at plus 100.